a riot at the dog park studios. It's Live with Johnny. And now, here's Johnny.
Hey, good evening. We're going to jump right into this. As you all know, we have Maria Conlon tonight, but first I'm going to break Kirk's balls. Listen, man, get your shit together.
First of all, I'm not coughing tonight, so give me that at least.
You're going to be choking when I put my hands around your neck. Pimped it out all week. Tonight we're going to learn a lot about Maria Conlon, stuff we already knew, stuff we don't know, and then we're going to jump into her new venture, Steady Habits. Maria, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good.
Glad to be on.
Thank you. I'm glad. I'm sorry you had to jump through every hoop possible just to get on here, but I will give you Kirk's number later, and you can take that up with him.
It's a low budget operation, bro.
When you go to Yelp and you see Live with Johnny, just try to give us maybe 2.5, 3 stars. Don't go full bore. So no joke. I was joking in some of the posts that Maria Conlon has 23 jobs. I said 17 first, and I said 23. Seriously, when do you sleep? Tell the people. Is it like 3 a.m. to 3:25 a.m.? When do you sleep?
I've actually been sleeping really well lately. I've been going to bed a little bit earlier, getting up earlier. I only need really like 6-7 hours. If I get any more than that, I'm actually a little overtired. So all good.
Well, once we're going to run through all this stuff. Now, listen, this is going to be kind of like a Maria Conlon, this is your life type of thing. So I Googled you and talked to a couple of friends. I even have a quote from one of your former coaches. So we're going to go through some things. And first of all, thank you for agreeing to come on. And we're going to talk about a lot of things. I want to get through the basketball, Maria Conlon legend stuff, because I want to jump right into Steady Habits. So just be patient with me and we'll work right through it, I think. Or I'm going to end up babbling and we're not going to get to anything. Basketball is your sport. You get into it at a young age. And I read a quote today that says you got put on a boys' team when you were little and you smoked them every game. You scored 20 points on every person that walked out onto the court.
That might be like a little bit of an exaggeration when I was younger. But yeah, I went to St. Mary St. Michael's School. And back then, there were no girls' teams yet. So if you wanted to play basketball, you had to play with the boys. And it was probably one of the best things that ever happened to me for my career. It helped me with mental toughness, physical toughness. And then when I would play against girls, that physicality and the speed of the game was just not as difficult because I was so used to the boys.
That's awesome. I watched you when we get to your high school years. I watched you play basketball. I mean, I don't know if anybody else from Seymour High School is getting mad at me, but clearly you're the best to ever go through the joint. Those were good games. And when we talk about your parents made a great decision. They brought you to Seymour High School, where champions are made and bred, instead of going to anywhere else. I won't mention the other school, but walk us through that. Why? Because of the coaching? Because of the team?
Yeah, I mean, going to a Catholic grammar school and then obviously middle school, from there it was, where do you want to go to high school? So I looked at Sacred Heart Academy. I looked at St. Joe's. I looked at Laurelton Hall. And I really just wasn't like thrilled with any of those. And then, one day my dad was like, let's go check out this guy, Joe Frager, coach at Seymour. And so he brought me to a game. I'll never forget it. I really loved Joe's style, but the final score was like 25-28. And I remember turning to my dad and saying, like, we're not going to only score 28 points. I can't go somewhere that only scores 28 points in an entire game, 4 quarters. Which obviously, because you watched me play in high school, the games were not like that. Like, we had some games where we scored in the 90s, but I just really fell in love with what Coach Frager was doing. I wanted to surround myself with someone that I really respected as a mentor and as a person and as a coach. So that's what attracted me to go there. So my parents did me a solid and paid for me to go to public school, which a lot of parents probably wouldn't have liked to do because obviously I have a public school in the town I live in. But, definitely one of the better decisions I made as a young athlete.
Well, Joe Frager, first of all, is a class human being. We've all, any of us who went through there know that, and then the stuff he's doing, or he's retired now, right? But I mean, the things he was doing with
fishing.
Fairfield and everything.
He's fishing now. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, well, he's probably good at that. He's probably catching every fish in the thing. I will say this real quick, and any man that is my age, from about 80 to 85 till now, except for with football, girls' sports in the Valley, the girls are much better athletes than the men ever were. I say that all the time. Any of these dudes who played the baseball and the basketball, I don't care what they say. They were not as good as the girls. The girls in the Valley, I don't know what it is in the water, but the girls' sports in the Valley, every school was unbelievable, like ridiculous.
Yeah.
You went to Seymour High School. You had a quadruple double. I read that today. You might be the only person. You know, Kirk only watches hockey, so forgive him.
I watch football sometimes.
22 points, 11 assists, 10 steals, 10 rebounds. Do you remember what school that was against?
Ansonia.
If you don't forget a
Nice.
quadruple double.
Yeah.
I had a quadruple double myself. It was from Wendy's,
I was
and it
gonna
had
say
bacon on
fast
it.
Food restaurant.
And actually, I've had more than one quadruple double, but we're not going to talk about that. One of my favorite stats from yours at Seymour High School, you got the 3-point shot record. Do you remember who you overtook for that spot?
That I don't know. You mean in the state or at Seymour?
At Seymour.
I do not.
And she's going to love me for mentioning this. I have a twin brother. His name's Robert. Do
Yeah.
you remember his wife, Bethany?
Yes.
It was her. You took Bethany's record, and I thank you.
I did not realize that. All right.
Yes, I've been teasing that girl since we were 16 years old, and I get another one in tonight. So she
There
had
you
that.
go.
She had that record until you smoked her on it. I reached out to Coach DeMarco, and he was your coach when you were a senior at Seymour High School. As I'm about to break my glasses, I'm going to do this so I can read this for you.
Classy.
I'm a classy guy. So I said, Coach, I need a comment on Maria Conlon, and he couldn't type fast enough. I swear the message went through, and it was ridiculous. And first of all, and I told him this, no person has ever made the retired life look as good as that dude does. You ever see his Facebook page?
He's all over the place. He just moved to Arizona.
You can't tell if he's working for Home and Garden or River and Stream magazine. Like, he's living his best life. I never knew what I wanted to be when I grow up. I want to be Eric DeMarco. Coach DeMarco, I should say, out of respect, says, coaching Maria, I always felt that she took as much or more satisfaction from assists and watching her teammates succeed as she did from her own achievements. And then he said, I also wonder what her stats would be like if our schedule was more competitive. In each season, she probably averaged a little more than half a game due to the score at halftime. And that's what I was going to... You're right. You guys used to score 90. Problem is, the other team scored 17. So
Yeah.
could you imagine what your Seymour High School career would have been if you were able to play all of those minutes?
Yeah, I mean, I watch that now. Like, there was a lot of stuff this past year during the season, with some scores that were run up throughout the state. And, I was fortunate enough to be coaching at Notre Dame, and we were, there were games where we were up like 30, and it wasn't even in the end of the first quarter. And it's really hard to manage those games. So I give those guys credit because it's also hard to take your best players out. Like, my best player, she would give me the side eye every single time I try to take her off the court, because these kids, they want to play. So yeah, I think about that. Like, even the quadruple double, I probably only played 2 quarters. So sometimes I think about it, if I were to have played all 4 quarters, like a lot of the other kids didn't, and a lot of other girls back then, they'd have higher scoring averages than me or more points throughout the league. And, they brag about it. Oh, Conlon's not that good because I scored more points than her. Or I'm better than, and I'm like, yeah, but you played 4 quarters. I played like barely 2.
Right. And
So, it's just different, but that's also why we need a shot clock in Connecticut, but I won't, digress on that topic yet.
well, you're right about that. And he ends his text to me saying, if she played those minutes, she would probably have every record in Connecticut. And he's probably right about that. But let's jump, and I'm going to go a little fast paced because we want to get to the other stuff. Then you go to UConn 2000 to 2004, 3-time national champion, 70 wins in a row. You play with Tarazi. You play with Sue Bird, who's a legend. That's got to be crazy. You guys were like the Beatles back then. I mean, just traveling the country, beating up Tennessee, beating up all these good schools, the late Pat Summitt, all those games, all those crazy rivalries. That must have been crazy for you.
I always say, like, that's back in the day, that's when the rivalries were great. We had a rivalry with Tennessee. We had one with Notre Dame. We even had one with Rutgers back in the day in Boston College. Back when the Big East was the Big East, and it really felt like the Big East. We're getting a little bit back to that now, but not as much. But it's amazing to watch now what some of my teammates have done with their professional careers, and to be able to say, I had to play with them or guard them in practice is just awesome.
And I was reading some quotes, and I couldn't write them all down because I know I was going to try to keep everything I don't want to come out and be like, the complete Maria Conlon, this is your life. but the quotes I found about you from them, like, you know, you're very well respected. You're a great player. I mean, that has to be obviously one of the best times in your life. But Gino, tell me, I watched Gino Auriemma on the TV since I'm like 2 years old. Is he as badass in real life as he seems on TV?
I think he's probably more badass in different ways, you know. You talk about the Beatles. I mean, he's John Lennon, you know. He's the one that's starring that and running that, and what he's been able to do consistently year after year after year is just amazing.
Well, he's got a beautiful head of hair as well.
Great hair.
He does have a good head of hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, nicely manicured fingers too.
Yep.
It must be nice.
There's something to be said for that. Yeah.
Yeah, I got nothing working. Then you graduate to college, you try out in Germany, Iceland, you tried out for a couple WNBA teams, you snap an ankle, and there we are. So that leads us to the next 17 jobs you're going to take in your life. But you eventually end up at Notre Dame Fairfield, and you win the Class L championship last year. Am I correct in saying that's the first championship for that school? Were you the first one to do that for them?
The first ever for the girls program.
For the girls program, right? Yep. That's pretty amazing. How which you obviously love playing, but how much do you love coaching now?
You know, I never knew if I was really going to love coaching, and even when I took the job at Notre Dame, I was like, man, I don't know, because as a player, sometimes it's really hard because you can't really control as much as you want to while the game's being played. You can give them everything that, you know, you think that they need in order to succeed, but you can't go out there and do it. And I didn't know if I would love that or not. And I fell in love with coaching really, really quickly. And my first year as the head coach there was actually the COVID year. So, you know, we're number one in the state, undefeated in state, number one in our class. We win our quarterfinal game. You know, we're getting ready to head to the semifinals. And I was actually at Quinnipiac with Nick Mayo. We were watching a practice and I get a text, season's over. And I'm like, what are you talking about? You know, and then obviously, you know, the rest of that. And then,
Right.
you know, my second year as head coach, we had an abbreviated COVID season with no postseason. So just regular season, which was short, and a tournament, you know, in conference tournament. So we win that. So this year it was really awesome because I feel like under normal circumstances, we might've been going for a three-peat. But, you know, to be able to see these kids persevere through all of that and grind it out, because it would have been really easy for some of them to, you know, get distracted or phase out or get frustrated through it all. And they didn't. They bought into what we were doing. And, you know, the end was a state championship. So
these kids from kindergarten to you know 12th grade, what they had to go through the last couple of years with all this nonsense, back and forth. You know, you're gonna die, you're not gonna die. They don't go near anybody. To put a mask on. They don't sneeze, and if they sneeze, get away from them. Don't pick a booger. I mean, these kids went through craziness. So to even have to be, you know, somebody in their life helping them juggle, that's got to be tough. Now we're over at Greens Farms Academy. How we looking?
We look great. You know, it's different. It's going to be a totally different challenge. You know, it's a different conference. It's not the CIAC. The games are played at different times. You travel a lot more. But I felt like it was just a natural progression for me at this point in my career. I also launched an AAU program.
Whoa!
Don't
hijack the interview. We're getting there next.
All right.
Dial it back.
The reason why I say that is because, you know, the CIAC has a lot of restrictions on what you can and cannot do in the off season. And
I'll say it for you. They got to get their shit together. Go ahead.
You know, so this just really allows me to be able to help more kids, which is really my mission is, you know, to get out there and help as many kids as possible, go as far as they want to, both athletically and academically.
Beautiful. That's what we like to hear. Not just, you know, can you shoot a hoop, but can you be a good person and you can be responsible for yourself at school as well. And yep. I commend you for that. So then I can't remember the other ladies' names that you started BattleCon with, but yep. I went to Facebook, stalked you a little bit because obviously you're going to be on the show, and I see a post that says, "We want better for the girls. We want them to learn better. We want them to." You know, face the competition. You should play up. You always want to play up. You don't want to play down. You want to kind of be able to help people improve. So then you guys start BattleCon, and it's an AAU for girls, basically saying, let's get you playing at the level you should be playing at and not just staying stagnant. Am I getting there right?
Yeah, and it's Ashley, Megan, and Stacy are the other three co-founders, and we actually are going to be announcing a merger at some point soon. So I'll just throw that little tidbit in there. But
Ooh.
you know, the main mission of us starting our own AAU program is to really just try to get Connecticut girls basketball back on the map from a college recruiting exposure perspective. Make it fun again. I watch, and it's sad because even this summer, and I even look to now in the fall, I mean, you got kids shopping AAU programs and jumping from this program to that program. And what are you going to do for me? And like at the end of the day, my big thing is that I'm going to make your kid better at basketball. They're going to love the game while they're with us, and we're going to get them some exposure. But at the end of the day, it's up to them on what they can do. So really, our mission was to kind of encompass and embody all of those things that make the game great and should make that experience great. Like I want all of our kids, and I know this is not possible because you can't possibly please everyone. We all know that. But I want the majority of our kids to end the summer and say, that was an amazing experience. I made new friends. I learned a lot about basketball. I'm ready for that next step. And I think that the majority of our kids did that this summer.
That's good stuff. Can you do me a favor? I know we're in the middle of an interview, and I'm 45 years old. What does AAU stand for?
So it's Amateur Athletic Union. So it's basically like an association that covers youth sports. It's really just a money grab, in my opinion. You got to pay a fee to be a part of it and be affiliated. Most tournaments aren't even AAU tournaments anymore. They call them showcases now, so they don't have to. Which again, like, it's just really about getting the kids to play.
Right. Well, it's the same thing. I coach baseball, Little League baseball, and it used to be a travel team was for the kids who excelled and needed to play at a higher level. Now it's every kid could be a travel player as long as mommy and daddy check clears, and everybody's going to run a travel team.
Yeah.
Excuse me, make a few $1,000s and just go play some games. And who cares if we get beat 25-2? The check cleared. It's all getting it's all convoluted, but people like you are out there doing the right thing and doing the good thing. Your BattleCon, I found it on Facebook, but if people want to learn about it and maybe they got a daughter and they want to get them in there, they can find you on Facebook, Google, wherever.
Yeah, Instagram, battlecon.org is our website. We upload content onto there constantly. Instagram is a really good one to follow us on. We have a lot of great content on there as well.
We will tomorrow, Kirk. I know you don't trust him after the whole Zoom thing, but he'll get all of your links up tomorrow.
That was crazy.
Listen, he wonders why we broke up. This is why he doesn't communicate well. He's emotionally just broken down. I'm married now, so plus there's that. Now let's jump into, are you really also a managing director at a financial group?
Yeah, that's like my real job, like my big girl job.
So, all right. So, and you're a mother to two girls?
One
girl. All right. So you're a mother, full-time mother, full-time basketball coach, full-time at the financial group, full-time at BattleCon, full-time at the restaurant.
Yeah.
And am I missing anything else?
Yeah. But I mean, it's all right.
She's like, yeah.
It's all
right. I drive Uber. I do DoorDash.
No, I'm also the treasurer of the city of Derby. So
are you really?
Yeah.
Sheesh. Derby has money?
Yikes.
Yeah.
Ouch.
I'm from Seymour. We make fun of Derby all the time.
That's fine.
I had the mayor of Ansonia on the show once, and we tease Derby, but we do. My mother's from Derby. She'll tell you East Derby, so I'm not allowed to really make fun of Derby.
Oh, you're an Eastie. I'm a West Side, so
Maria, until I was 45 years old, I didn't know there was an East Derby and it actually was the Mayor Cassetti. I was telling him the joke. He goes, "No, there is." I had no idea there was an East Derby and a West Derby. So, whatever. You learn. you live and you learn. All right, let's get into it. I'm cruising through Facebook like a month ago, and I see this thing, and it's, I'm not paying attention. And then all of a sudden I see your name and I see the restaurant and I start to look at it. And this is what gave me the idea. Thank you, Stephanie, by the way. Stephanie hooked us up and got us together. So thank you to Stephanie. Steady Habits Lounge.
Yep.
How does it come about? What's made Maria Conlon wakes up and says, I need like the 11th thing on my plate today. This is what I'm going to do. How does it come about? Tell us the story.
Yeah, so it actually it's a pre-COVID story. So, big out onto like the wine trail, and stuff like that. And, the thought was, and then actually I was out at a wedding in Seattle, for Morgan, who I played with at UConn. And there was this place there that was, it's a microcosm of what we're doing here. But the concept is that you can try stuff from all across the state in one place. So out there, it was just wine. So my thought was, what if we did beer, wine, and distilleries, all Connecticut stuff, but all in one place. So if you're a beer drinker and your wife is a wine drinker, you can come and you can try that stuff. So we looked at a space probably like 6 months before COVID and just decided it just wasn't it was too big, like too big of a kitchen. We didn't need all that. So blessing in disguise, because obviously 6 months later, COVID happened. So there's this beautiful space in downtown Shelton that's right across the street. It's actually where I am right now. I'm doing this from there. But we rotate different beers and wines every 4 to 6 weeks, and bring new stuff in, all Connecticut. We do have some guest stuff, and our guest stuff is just non-Connecticut. We had to do that like with tequila and scotch because legally you can't make any of those things in the United States. So there can't be a Connecticut version of it. And then we have, some great tapas. We're actually rolling out this week. We're doing soup flights and meatball flights, which is really cool.
Whoa, time out.
Meatball
You're
flights?
telling me I can get flights of meatballs? Like taste them?
Pump the brakes.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the show. If anybody needs me, I'll be over at Steady Habits over there. That's a for real thing. And soup. My wife loves soup. I love meatballs. My wife loves meatballs. That's why she married me. That's amazing. I'm in.
Yeah.
Sign me. Do you have a newsletter? That's amazing. All right. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. So right now, we're open Thursday through Sunday. We've actually been doing a lot of private events. The space is kind of perfect for that. But we're open Thursday through Sunday. We would like to be open more during the week. Like, I think our eventual vision is to be like a cafe. So if you can see, like right behind me here, we have like this couch that looks like the couch from Friends, which is a cute little area where you can kind of come in and sit and have a charcuterie platter and a flight of wine, but also a coffee if we ever become a cafe during the day. We have a fireplace area. So we have all different types of seating, which are really cool. So if anyone out there is looking for daytime employment, definitely reach out to me because you would think it would be really easy to find people to jump on and work for you. But, it's been difficult for us to find that. So, we're in the beginning stages. We officially opened on June 16th, I believe it was. So, a little over 2.5 months, 3 months, let's just call it, just about. And it's going great. It's starting to pick up. We've been doing live music. And, we're slowly going to be adding more stuff. We're doing, we've had a couple of guest bartenders. We have a couple more scheduled for the fall. And then, eventually I want to do stuff here like, athlete signings. So, kid decides they want to go to Marquette. All right, let's get a Marquette flag and come in here and do that. Eventually I'd love, for real estate agents to do their big closings here. So instead of doing it at a stuffy, office somewhere, you can come buy your client a bottle of champagne, sign the paperwork here. So we have a lot of really big plans for the place. We're still in the infancy stages, but it's been fun. And I've always kind of had like this dream of owning a place like this, just a place where people can come together. And then is the timing, like people always say, like you have so much going on, is the timing right? I don't know. Like I'm a big believer in that, the timing is what the timing is going to be. And you just got to make the best of it when you do it. I have an unbelievable support system. And I have great friends and great partners here. So it's made that transition easy. Ask me again when I'm trying to travel down to Westport, then come back and work shift here. And then also worry about all my financial clients, how I feel. But, at the end of the day, I'm really excited about what we're doing here. And we came up with the name Steady Habits because Connecticut is the land of steady habits. So our slogan is stay steady. So it's been fun so far.
I've heard nothing but good things, and I plan on getting down there soon. And now that I know that there's meatball flights and soup flights, I will have no problem getting a wife to go out for date night. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
What kind of soups do you have? Because right now my wife's sitting on the couch going, John, ask her what kind of soups. Ask her what kind of soups.
Yeah, I don't do the food menu, thankfully. But I know we're going to be rotating the soups, I think, like every 2 weeks. So I'm not sure which ones we have on tap for this weekend. But I think for the meatball flights, we got like buffalo, marinara, Swedish, and something else.
Nice.
So yeah, so they'll come in like, little containers this big. Try 3 different types.
You got to see the smile on this dude's face.
That sounds
You are
amazing.
such a fat boy.
Oh my God.
You're over here, and both of us are just looking at each other going, "Oh my God." John,
Yeah, we're trying to make it really unique and different. Like where can you go and get a soup flight? I don't know. I've never heard of that before. I've never heard of a meatball flight. So, we actually just rolled out this cocktail. My cousin Nancy Jo makes this amazing pepper jelly that we put with all of our grilled cheeses, and our grilled cheese is like off the chain. You got to try it. But we just rolled out. She does these hot dill pickles. So we just rolled out the Witchy Woman hot dill pickle martini. So instead of olive juice brine, it's hot dill like pickle juice brine, and it's out of this world. So we're trying to do some really cool stuff with that, and just make it kind of unique and fun.
it sounds great to me. John Duke just commented, "You had me at meatball flight." So
the Duke.
and a mutual friend of ours. Thanks for telling me my eyeglasses were on crooked, Kirk. You are the worst. Katie Berry says hello. She's a mutual friend of ours. Katie Berry's a baller in her own right.
She and her daughter played for BattleCon this summer. So Quinn, and she's a Holy Cross, and I just saw that she's playing volleyball. So all the best to Quinn in volleyball, but we'll expect her back in basketball gear in the spring. So
absolutely. You hear that, Barry? CB, Katie? Get that check over there. Get that kid in that thing.
She's got to get her butt down here too. I haven't seen her down here yet.
I watched her play some one-on-one over at my brother's house. She played this guy who was like 6'6". She schooled him. She could still ball. Katie could still ball. My wife was a baller. She grew up in Stratford. They called her Little Iverson. So if you ever got like an over 30 league going or something, let us know.
Right.
Also, I don't know if you've heard, I haven't lost a game of horse since 1988.
Jesus,
I cannot be beat.
dude.
So maybe
Who are you playing?
Exactly.
Everybody and anybody.
Who's the competition?
See, what happens is a lot of people don't want to play me because they're like, then I lose to the overweight old dude. They won't play me. Like back in the day, I was skinny and in good shape, so they knew. But now they're afraid. They don't want to get beat by they can't get beat by me. They get beat by basketball by me. They can never leave the house.
Yeah,
but I haven't lost a game of horse since 1988. And, just throwing it out there. The legendary Maria Conlon ever wants to.
She's ready.
Maybe raise some money for some charities. I do 2 charity events a year. Maybe I'll get you on that, and we'll. I raise money for Thanksgiving, and we do a thing for Little League Baseball. So maybe we'll get something going out there.
Count me in. If you can beat me in horse, I'll give you a month free of meatball flights.
What? Wait.
Chapter 11, kid.
Wait,
you're done.
Chapter
11. Right now, my wife's going, don't say that to him.
Free flights put her out of business.
I had to throw a shirt away tonight because my wife said I look too fat in it. And now Maria's trying to give me meatballs for a month. Are you kidding me, man? I won't even go. I'll quit my job. Let's see. Ben plays at Steady Habits once in a while. Oh, you get the lone gnome over there?
Yeah, he's played a bunch. I feel like he was busy this month. He's launching like a new record. Actually, Katie's son, I believe,
plays the piano.
Played with him at a concert, which I wish I knew beforehand. I would have tried to check it out.
John Duke
so
says,
maybe
great
we
way
can
to
get
go
the two of them in here one night. But yeah, we're trying to do like a lot of that, like acoustic, local artists. Like I love that stuff.
We had Benny and CB on, and they played some gnome songs here in the studio. Do yourself a favor, go back and watch it. You saw them, unbelievable. And
they're great.
I tell a story about the first time I ever saw them live. My brother Robert brought me down to something, and I'm like, all right, let's down to Fairfield, let's go. And all of a sudden, CB's kid comes out, starts playing the piano, the rock. It was amazing. CB's a super talented dude. It's cool to see his son. His son's a good baller too.
I used to work with Chris over at MetLife. My first job in the financial world. Chris and I had a cube, like 3 cubes apart.
He's a fantastic human being. He's
good guy. Yeah, great family.
All of them. Him and his wife and Katie's sister Kara and her husband Rob. All of them. Some of my favorite people since I moved to Naugatuck. I'm looking at the Zoom thing. It's telling me we got about 3 minutes left. as he hands me a wrap it up sign. This dude's killing it tonight, Maria.
I don't want her to get hard
Number
cut
one,
off. I'll feel bad.
No, we're not going to get hard cut off. I had
Okay.
Jake Blue on 2 weeks ago, and we didn't know there was a timer. Next thing you know, the end of the interview was like, okay, Jake,
But it worked out perfect.
But
though.
it worked out perfect. So I think I went over everything I wanted to go over. I think I talked about everything you wanted to talk about. Did I miss anything?
I don't think so. This was fun. I'll come on whenever.
Awesome.
All right, well, you can kind of come on after I smoke you at horse, so you're going to have to come
There
on
we go. Yeah.
to that. What I was looking today, and this is going to be completely out of the blue. I was going over our website today, and I had a question on there. And do you remember? I'm going to ask you a question I used to ask people. Do you ever make a ham and mashed potato dinner? Do you consider?
I'm vegan.
You're what?
Oh, good
Yeah.
for you. My daughter, too. Love that.
You're vegan?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
All right. I was going to ask you if baked beans were a proper side dish for ham. Would
Oh
you,
yeah, but I would agree with that.
You would, right?
Back when I used, I was never a big ham fan, but baked beans go with everything
There
for
you
me.
go.
I don't know.
How long have you been vegan, and how do you survive?
So I went vegan, and then I went to pescatarian, then I went back vegan, but I haven't had like any meat, like chicken, beef, pork in 4 years. Wow. Yeah.
I don't have anything to say. That's amazing. I mean, again, we only have 1 minute and 55 seconds, but how did you do it? Did you ever see somebody get like a?
Actually, you know who actually got me to go vegan? So my stomach was killing me all the time, and I was actually talking to Diana Taurasi, and her and her wife have been vegan for like 10 years now, and she said, "I'm telling you, take animal meat out of your diet. Start there." And I literally, like, next day, cold turkey, I just said, "That's it. I'm done with meat," and I went hardcore vegan for probably a good 2 years, and then I had to add a little bit of dairy and fish back in.
Damn, like, and
It's intense.
you ever at a restaurant and you see like a T-bone steak walk by you, and you never say to yourself, "Oh my God."
Nah, I think
No.
you get past that. Hannah got past it.
Listen,
too.
I commit. Listen, whatever is best for you and whatever is healthiest for you, because we all want to live a long time. I don't. I'd rather have to continue to walk through doors sideways than do that. But
Yeah,
listen,
to each his own.
listen, I am so thankful that you came on. To your credit, it took one question. I asked Stephanie at 7:30. By 7:40 or by the next morning, because I think she said you might be sleeping or something. Bang, you were right there the next morning. Let's do this thing. I can't
Hey,
thank
you went
enough.
through the right person. I would do anything for Duke. Obviously, I would have came on probably regardless for you. But anytime Steph Duke asked me for a favor, I'm doing it.
The Dukes are the best. The Dukes have been my
Yeah.
friends since I was a little kid. We are going to lose each other here soon. Maria, thank you so much. I'm going to be in contact. We're going to come to Steady Habits. I'm getting the meatball flight, and I'm going to smoke you at horse. You heard it here first.
Sounds good.
Thank you so much for coming on. Good luck with Steady
Thanks
Habits.
for having me.
And good
Thank
luck with
you.
the basketball team.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's funny. And then somebody else just comments as I'm sitting here making a meatloaf. And Jojo, ew, for the last time, it doesn't belong with ham and mashed potatoes.
Gross, John.
I would
Don't
say-
do that.
I would say, first of all, I like her.
Right, very cool,
I
yeah.
haven't spoken a word, and again, we hung out a couple of times. So John Duke, who is obviously a lifelong friend, his younger sister Steph is who I reached out to because I knew they were tight.
Mm-hmm.
And to Maria's credit, man, boom.
She did
right
say
on.
that was the right person, so there you go.
Well, here's the problem. She says nobody could say no to the Dukes, which was a problem for me because John Duke would convince me to do some dumb shit. And, it is hard to say.
The Duke!
Oh, dude. Out of control, that dude. I tell some stories, but I'm afraid he might revoke his parole.
Might have to go back 60 days in.
Jill just says, so down to earth. And I couldn't agree with you more. Here's a
Yeah,
person.
I agree.
I mean, I know it's only, and I rephrase. Women's college basketball is a big friggin' deal. Like, it's in Connecticut, the amount of people that are into that girls' basketball team
Oh, it's insane.
is ridiculous.
It's insane.
And for them to do what they did, they went on. I know with Maria's team, they went 70-0 at one point. I think another team broke 100 or something. Like,
Yeah.
which is crazy considering the competition out there. She's been through. She tried out for WNBA teams. Iceland paid her to play. Germany paid her to play. she's seen some things. She's done some things. She's got 48 3/4 jobs. So she's very down to earth, and I couldn't thank her enough for being on here. How'd I do? Did I do all right? You think I did all right? I did a little homework on that one, right?
You did really good, dude.
I do all right. I do all right,
It
bro.
would have been nice if we had like 5 or 10 more minutes. We got to figure that
If
out.
she kept talking about meatball flights, she was coming on next week. Live from Steady Habits, Johnny doing meatball flights.
Also, do you know what Saturday was?
Don't tell me.
I bet you don't even know. Saturday was a big day for you. I've been waiting all weekend to see if you knew.
Saturday was a big day for me.
Well, it was a big milestone and kind of a low point in music history, but it made me think of you. No?
Oh, here's the hoping you mentioned Kid Rock, because I didn't.
No, but very close.
But here he is,
But you
mentioned.
just did it. You nailed it.
We're here on episode 33. I hope we get renewed for season 2. Kid Rock has been mentioned. We can all go to bed now. Go.
September 10th, 1988.
Hold on.
Which you also mentioned. Now, you mentioned the year 88. I forget in what context.
September 10th, 1988.
September 10th, 19...
It's not when Appetite came out,
Nope.
because that was
But you're getting
that was
there.
in August.
You're getting there.
September 10th. It couldn't have been when Lies came out.
Nope.
It could have been September 10th. Could have been the Welcome to the Jungle video.
Nope. Oh, but you're getting warmer.
I'm going to pass.
Sweet Child of Mine hits #1 on the Billboard charts. September 10th, 1988, bro. How old were you?
So I just...
How old were you?
1988, I was 11, bro.
Oh, I was 18.
Yo, you old motherfucker. Oh, were you? You're that much older than me?
I was 18 in 88.
So if I do the math, you're 50. No.
Yeah.
That would make you 54 years old, bro.
No, I'm 52.
Right.
Dude, and I was born in the
Oh,
70s.
yeah, I just did the math wrong.
If I do the math in my head, hold on, let me get a napkin.
I did mention I was from Seymour High School. No, Seymour High School is a great school. I just had this conversation with Amy. I could have Guns N' Roses. It might have been on a Billboard, but they never had a #1 hit in the country, right? That's just on Billboard.
No, that was #1
That
in
was
the
number
country.
one in the country.
Sweet Child. It was their only #1 hit of their whole.
See, I didn't think it made it because
I mean, great. Like you were saying, they were #1 on like rock charts.
Right.
But this
overall
was the
#1.
overall Billboard.
Right, because I knew they were #1 rock song. This blah, 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 blah.
And as much as I make fun of you for it, in that moment, in that day, I love that song, bro.
I'm going to tell you
The
something right
video
now.
was like,
And I'm going to quote Sir Elton John.
Okay.
Which, by the way, all hail to the king. I met with Wayne Watt. Wayne Watt wanted me to come on live tonight with a crown and go and throwing my name in the ring.
Jesus Christ.
But I decided to not do that.
Good
mainly
idea,
because I'm lazy and didn't buy a crown.
Well, Wayne Watt's a genius. We need an
This is how
associate
fucking unprepared I am. Listen,
people of Great
Bro.
Britain.
what's the new guy? King William? King Charles? That
The
ugly
third.
sumbitch?
He is ugly too.
I make good decisions. I
Yeah.
prepare for interviews. I'd be a good king.
You're
right?
good under pressure.
I'm
I've seen you
I
under
am
pressure.
Solid under pressure.
Unflappable.
I have better teeth than most people from the UK. Huge Rolling Stones fan. Love
Better
Elton
taste
John.
in music than most people from the UK, I'm sure. Not saying
We
a lot.
could get Kid Rock to play the inauguration, or
Yeah.
probably not inauguration.
The coronation.
The coronation.
Yes. This is the fucking greatest idea I've heard in a
So
long time.
how do we get to contest?
Who do we talk to?
Why does he get it? Why does what?
It might be a bloodline thing, I guess. I don't know. That's
Big
what I've
deal.
heard.
She gave birth to the ugly sumbitch.
Oh, he is a
My
terrible
ears are
person.
smaller.
He's not just ugly, he's a terrible person. So
right?
I like you more than him for sure. We gotta
King
call
of
somebody.
England,
Let's
right
make
here.
some fucking
Did you ever
calls.
see that movie with John Goodman where they make him the king by accident? That could be me.
I blocked that out mentally. Thanks for that.
Yeah, I think I would like to contest the will of Queen Elizabeth live here tonight. Whoever's listening over there in the UK, I need you to get a hold of whoever it is you get a hold of, Parliament, right?
Who do we talk to? I don't know. Parliament, I guess.
I need you to call Parliament. I need you to let them know that there's another hat in the ring. There needs to be an election. John Duke says I could knight Kid Rocks. Listen to how good this sounds.
No, I'm coughing
Holy
and I'm laughing.
fat
too
old
hard.
man arms. Listen to how listen to how good this sounds. Shh.
I'm just gonna adjust this so we
Ready?
get the whole
Ready?
crowd.
Yeah. Ready? Ready?
Go ahead.
Sir Kid Rock.
Sir Kid Rock of the Moor.
Because I want to be a royal cowboy, baby. Come on, dude. Right?
Dude, if you're
Could
comparing
I-
it to what's actually happening, I am all for this.
Can I wear this for the rest of the episode?
You should.
All right. Question. Can I wear it for next episode too? Can I wear it for every episode? And Jojo writes, "No one wants you, king." Whatever, dude. First of all, dude, I'm your stepdad. You'd be a prince.
Dude, when
You know what kind of money we would come into, kid?
when you watch this back, you were gonna shit your pants. You
Yeah.
look so funny.
Prince Jojo. Don't be bitching, dude. You could be a prince.
Anyway,
What was I about to say?
funny. Before the
Elton John had
yes,
said about
correct.
Jill says, Sir Kid Rock of Ba Wita Ba.
Better.
Yeah.
Yep. She gets it.
Jill gets it.
She gets it. Oh, that's funny.
Props to Jill for taking care of a family problem this weekend.
Thanks, Jill.
Thank you. Sir Elton John once said about the song Sweet Child of Mine, and I quote,
Okay.
I love this fucking thing. I'm wearing it
It fits you perfect.
if anybody at Tools Plus is watching, I'm coming to work with this thing on tomorrow. I expect a little respect.
You know where that came from? That's Ethan's crown from when him and Renee got prom king and queen.
How the fuck did Ethan get prom king? He stuffed the ballot. All right, listen, let me tell you what Elton
Sir
John
Elton
said.
John.
Sir
Sweet
Elton
Child
John.
of Mine, yes.
He said,
Funny shit, dude.
it is the one song in rock and roll where it is truly written brilliantly from beginning to end, and only one person can sing the song, and it's the guy who sings it. And he sings it in a way that he made it so no one else in the history of music could ever sing the song better than he has. Because people remake songs all the time. Remember when Sheryl Crow remade Sweet Child of Mine? Oh,
Not
my
good.
God.
Not good.
It was a steamy pile of shit, but Elton John said that about Axl Rose and Sweet Child of Mine.
And
so.
fun fact, when they were recording the album and the song wasn't written yet, somebody said something to Axl, and he made the comment something about, well, where do we go from here? And
I know the story.
And the guy
They're in the studio.
Yeah. It's a
They
good
get through the
story.
first. They get through the first verse.
Yep.
Chorus. Second verse. Chorus. Slash keeps playing, and they're all going like this, and then the producer said, "Where do we go now?"
Yes.
And then Axl just started singing "Where do we go now" as a joke,
And there's your bridge.
and boom.
Bam.
And to this day, if you listen to the song, it makes no fucking sense.
No.
But then it kind of. But then you think, oh, where do we go now? Like, where do we go with our love? Where do we go with this
What are we
relationship?
gonna do? Where's it
Meanwhile,
heading?
they're just like, you know. Melissa, Amy's sister, my sister-in-law. That's her karaoke song.
Oh, is it?
She bangs it out. Melissa, any chance we can Zoom you next week and you will sing the song live for us? Maybe we'll set that up.
I feel there's a no coming, but I like that you asked.
We listen. You never know.
That's true.
We I ever tell you about the? Oh, you had video of me singing Cowboy.
Oh my God.
Amy and I sang Picture.
Kid Rock, Sheryl Crow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get to the next thing. This coffee's.
You were fucking zooted, dude.
Woo! For those of you who tuned in tonight for Maria Conlon, I thank you. I'm glad you stayed. Keep staying. Keep tuning in every week because I promise it gets better.
I'm not sure they all
We keep
stayed.
it up. He's not sure. Yeah. Listen. You come for the Maria Conlon, you stay for the John Dodaro.
Yeah.
She was a great guest.
She was
Just
awesome,
a
dude.
great guest.
interview. We got lucky with the string of interviews. They've all been really good, man.
The football started last Thursday.
Oh, what a joke.
Full day yesterday. The Miami Dolphins, looking like the real deal Holyfield, smoked your New England Patriots yesterday. Absolutely shut them down. If Flavor Flav was here right now, you know what he would say? Or Chuck D, you know what he would say right now? I shut him down. I shut him down. That's Cypress Hill. The coffee's going through my
You know what I
brain.
love most about that game?
Go.
Is that your new coach looks like a guy that Ethan would play World of Warcraft against.
Hold on, Jill. Jill, I'm putting you on that task. Jill, you know what you said. You know what you commented.
Oh.
I'm putting you on that task,
Oh,
Jill.
get that.
Thank
get
you,
that.
Jill.
Thanks, Jill. Get that. Yeah, your
so-
head coach is I mean, you're not going anywhere either. Neither are we. It was nice that you beat us,
We
but
are an
just
11
be
to
real.
12 win team. No, we might win 13.
11 to 12.
Listen,
I'm glad this is on the record because I'm going to play this back at the end
we're
of the
going to beat
season.
Baltimore next week. We're going to beat Buffalo the week after that, and then people are going to know that we're the real deal.
Dude, Buffalo
It is
is
what
going
it
to
is.
destroy you.
Buffalo looks all right.
They look pretty good. They got that kid at quarterback who don't look bad.
No, listen,
Josh Allen, he might be able to play. I don't know. We'll see.
people who passed on him.
I know.
Anyway, tonight being Monday night, do we have this microphone set up? That being said, tonight's Monday night. It's the first Monday night game of the year. The game started about 5 minutes ago, but we're going to announce
It's
a new
fine, yeah.
a new segment, and we're going to call the person who is going to be in this new segment, and we're going to get him on the phone.
Is he picking tonight's or this?
He's going to
weekend's?
pick tonight's, even though the game
It's
already
early.
started.
It's early.
Hello?
Who's this?
I don't know.
All right, listen, take it. Remember, we talk. Take it seriously, pal. Jojo, Mojo Jojo.
Jojo.
My stepson is on the phone. Say hello to Kirk.
Hey, Kirk.
Hey, Jojo, what's good, kid?
All right, so
Hello.
going forward for the NFL season on Monday nights, we are going to have a segment called Mojo Jojo's Picks. And Jojo is going to pick the Monday night game, and then we are going to go and put $10 on FanDuel
Yep.
on that team. And we're going to see at the end of the year how much money we make off of JoJo's picks. So, JoJo, welcome to the show.
Hey.
Let me ask you
Hey, people.
let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
How cool does this crown look?
You don't look good in it.
Why?
Maybe if I had it on, I would have looked good in it.
He's not wrong.
Well, I'll tell you what.
He's got that youthful exuberance.
If you how many, so there's going to be 18 Monday Night Football games.
Uh-huh.
If you pick over 500 for the season, you can come live on air, wear the crown, and talk about whatever you want to.
Okay.
All right? All right, so let's do this. We're going to get a jingle. We got to think of it first, but this week we don't have the jingle. So I'm going to announce you. I'm going to announce the segment, and then you're going to give us a breakdown of the game, and then you're going to give us your prediction, all right?
A breakdown?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like, just tell us how
Break
it's
it
going
down
to
for us,
go.
how
Who's
it's
going to
gonna
be the
go.
star?
Who's
You
going to
know.
be the star? What's going to happen? So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to week 1 of Mojo Jojo's Monday Night Picks. Jojo, the microphone is yours.
I think the Denver Broncos are going to win because Russell Wilson is back in his hometown where he used to play for the Seattle, the Seahawks, right? And I think they're going to come out strong tonight and get the W.
So Russell's going to have a chip on his shoulder. That's his angle, I think.
So, you think that's what I'm saying? So, you think Russell's going to be all pissed off that they traded him and he's going to come out and smoke him?
Yeah, but the thing about Russell Wilson, he has no good wide receivers. So it might be tough for him, but they're going to still win.
Is Russell Wilson even a good quarterback?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh,
All right,
news to
Jojo.
me.
Jojo is a Commanders fan, which is still funny to say. If you had to choose your starting quarterback, Carson Wentz, or Russell Wilson, who would you take?
Carson Wentz because he doesn't get much injuries.
that's a good point, dude.
Your
Wilson's made of glass, bro.
Listen, it's your team. You can
It's a
pick who
good
you want to
pick.
pick. He's no Tua, but I understand.
What is that?
Come on, dude. Tua's not going to last 3 games.
All right, Jojo, I'm going to write this down.
Yeah, put it in the book.
On Sunday, Tyreek Hill was wide open and Tua threw it at the ground.
Yeah, 5 different times, Jojo.
Hey, Jojo, what was the final score of that game, pal? All right, listen.
You're playing the Patriots. What?
Oh,
Easy.
careful, that's Kirk's team.
Easy.
All right. You and I are going to make predictions right now together. I say the Dolphins win 11 games. How many do you say they win?
The Dolphins?
Yeah. And be serious.
Around 10.
Okay.
I was going to say 7. Put mine down
All right,
to
Kirk.
7 games.
Says 7.
7.
All right. Washington. I say Washington is going to win. I think they're going to go 9-9. So I'm going to say 9.
They're 1-0, right? Did they win Sunday? They did, right?
They beat Jacksonville. Me, you, Jojo, and a couple of our friends could have beat Jacksonville.
Okay.
All right, Jojo, how many does Washington win?
11 or 10.
Which one?
Got to pick one.
10. He says 10.
10 games from the Commanders,
Kirk,
bro.
go ahead.
I think Washington is going to fall just below 500. I'll give them a generous 8 wins.
Oof. Do we dare pick the Patriots, or are we going to let that go for now?
I mean, we could if you want. The Patriots are going to win. Go ahead, Jojo.
Go ahead, Jojo.
How many are they going to win?
7.
What? See, he's just mad at me now because I dissed his team.
All right, go. I'm going to say they're going to win 9. Kirk?
I was going to say 9 as well.
All right, 9 as well. All right, there we go.
Okay, done.
All right, Jojo, we got the Denver Broncos beating the Seattle Seahawks tonight. It doesn't matter towards the money, but what's our prediction on the score tonight for this game?
4.
Yeah, I mean, how much are they going to win by about?
I think they're going to win by 14.
14, huh?
2 touchdowns.
2
Okay.
tutties. All right.
So you heard it here first. The kid watches a lot of YouTube. He watches a lot of the sports stuff. He understands what he's talking about. Hang up the phone, go do it, and go put your money on Denver because Jojo's Monday Night Picks.
Mojo
told you to.
Jojo.
Jojo, we'll talk
That's
to you.
always correct.
Jojo, we'll talk to you next week. Make sure you got a good line on the game next week, and we can't wait to hear what you got to say. Also, see you at home.
Okay, peace out, Girl Scout.
Bye.
Good one.
Kid knows a lot about his sports.
He's good, dude. He reminds me of Ethan at that age.
He watches.
Pretty sharp.
Once he starts getting comfortable, and he does this every week, and he breaks it down, wait till we get to baseball playoffs.
Do we have to talk about that?
Oh, shut up,
That's
dude.
fine. Whatever.
You don't want to talk about
It's
hockey.
your show. Whatever.
Brian Chuck with the middle finger suck a bag of dicks, Brian Chuck.
I love
All right,
Brian
what time we
Chuck,
got?
dude. 8:28. You got
It's
2 minutes.
8:28. We talked about the NFL. I can't see myself with the crown anymore. What happened?
Oh, sorry. What do you want to see? There you go.
I'm going. Aim.
Hey, I'm coming on with the crown.
If I get home and you don't say hello, my liege, I'm gonna be a little
My
pissed.
liege.
Thank you to Maria Conlon. Thank you everybody who tuned in. Good show. We'll be back next week. It's just gonna be. We have no guests next week. We're just gonna get back to some shenanigans.
Let's do some shenanigans.
We're gonna get into some shenanigans. It's great to be back. Hope everybody's Labor Day was good. Hope everybody's all right. September 11th was yesterday. Football started. Did you say happy birthday to Joe yesterday?
No, but funny.
You dropped the
funny story. I looked at the
ball,
picture of all you guys in the bucket hats, right? And I'm looking at it, and I texted Katie. I was like, "Oh yeah, I saw they finally posted the picture." I was like, "Who's the guy sitting in front of Eric?" It was Joe. I didn't even recognize him. But happy birthday, Joe.
Loney's watching you, handsome son of a bee.
Who?
My buddy Loney. Love that dude. He's a handsome.
Carlonia.
Christopher Loney. He was at the stag that you didn't go to.
I had stuff going on.
Yeah, I had stuff going on. I had COVID for the 17th. Look at it. I'm not going to cough today. All right, anyway, listen. Thanks again, Maria Conlon. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We will see you next week. What do we always say? The three most important words in the English language are how are you? So when you're done watching us and you're done hanging out, text or call somebody, ask them, how are you? Check in on them. It's the ones that aren't checking in that we got to worry about. We're always here if you need us. We hope you're doing good. We're having fun. We'll be back next week. Bright eyes, I'm coming home. I love all of you. Good night.